Dr. Mendes, we all know you as a medical doctor. You're not a musician or a dramatist. But how did you come to bring into being the Sandipta musical drama or drama musical?
The Sadipta concept grew in our hearts some time ago, Vijay. It was in 2007 that we first did the program, and we called it Apeksha. Then in 2008 April we did a program called it Puja. At that time there was great stress in our nation because of the war, and we really felt that we need to get the decision makers of the city to come and feel together, both from the Sinhala side, the Tamil side and others. And the last program we did was Sadipta, and we stayed with the name Sadipta. But what we did was get the decision makers together to an auditorium, and we presented the concepts of reconciliation as the words of Christ envisage. And we presented it through Sinhala songs, Tamil Bharatanatyam, Kandyan dance, English drama and ballet, and the program was very well received. And during our first program, we got the Constituent Assembly to make this covenant, make this manifesto. Shall I just read out some of the points?
Yes, please.
So this is how we at the end of the program, we stood up and we said this together. We, the Sadipta Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, resolve that we shall use our nation's resources with justice and prudence. We, the Apeksha Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, resolve that we shall provide a better Sri Lanka for our sons and daughters of the South, North, West and East. We, the Apeksha Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, resolve to work to remove oppression in work fields within our province of influence and endeavour. We, the Apeksha Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, resolve that minorities and majority will live in harmony in our blessed isle. We, the Apeksha or Sadipta Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, resolve that our courts shall be portals of justice, protecting one and all. This assembly resolves that our legislators will be servants of the populace and wise stewards of our nation's resources. I make a personal resolution to be meek in success, share my prosperity and be a peacemaker at all times, beginning with family, home and work. We, the Apeksha Assembly of 700 citizens of Sri Lanka, casting prejudice aside, holding each other's hand, arise to bless our nation. We unite for a better tomorrow. We unite for beneficent governance. We unite for a blessed Sri Lanka. And there was a fervent appeal for mothers to stay home, not to leave for golden shores, greener pastures, leaving the girl child. We took up some social issues like that, and the song that is to follow will capture some of the pathos, the pith of the moment of that time.
In my thinking, there is an input you are providing to the development of this country, because you are focusing on the very lifeblood of the nation. You're focusing on the community and on the society that we live in, and which is much in need of, if you like, repair,
Yes.
reconstruction,
Yes.
and enhancement, both morally, spiritually, and in every other way. And I think you are contributing a great deal through Sadipta, and from what we heard you mention just now. This Kindle My Love, Lanka,
Yes.
Hope Springs Eternal, composition of poems by you. I just turned the book and I see one here. I once knew a land of hospitality. There are many verses here, but let me just look at the first two as you have composed it. I once knew a land of hospitality and family values, where son and daughter to parents gave their dues. 3 generations by the fence would live and love. Now in 3 continents siblings thrive somehow. It's such a long time other land a fading memory, races studying in one school, sharing one's culinary. Parents longingly wait in vain, son studying abroad. He never comes back. His world is now so broad. I don't want really to read the rest of it, but it is absolutely set in a manner that one can understand that we are living in times such as we are today. Now, this kind of thing will distinctly require a great deal of momentum. What do you plan to keep the Sadipta momentum on?
Yes. Now, we realize that our message is mainly to shepherds, beginning with the shepherd of the home, the father, the mother, of course, shepherds of the work field, shepherd of the schools, and shepherd in the legislature, executive, and the judiciary. That was our appeal in all these programs. And this program will continue every week, offering the Christian theme of reconciliation and healing bruises, reconciling rifts. That's our push. And our next public program is on the 11th of September, Friday, 11/9, so to say, at Bishop's College Auditorium. 2:30 p.m. would be the school show, and we are expecting, as this program catches on, many teachers, students will see and encourage their friends to come. 2:30 p.m. on September 11th, and the public show is at 5:30 p.m., and we hope to invite many heads of institutions of the government and private sectors. Besides that, we are promoting this poem book, which has Sinhala as well as English poetry, and it's called Sadipta, Hope Springs Eternal. We are hoping friends would use this not only in Sri Lanka, but post this abroad to all expat Sri Lankans of both communities, or all four communities. And this would create a consensus and an amicus that we come together on common ground. And this poem book is only in English, Kindle My Love Lanka. We want to get the best of our feelings together for a nation to go forward. And this is a book of parables. I have called it Long Live My Nation. It's just little parables, thoughts and discussions. And we are hoping Sadipta momentum would be kept alive, kept moving forward through the sharing of this book by friends. Our appeal is mainly to friends. And our common heritage in a school that we both have studied together, where three races met together. We were friends to one another. We never taught race. So we are hoping that all our friends abroad also would use these books, and the public performances, and the Sadipta program would be on every week, both in the English language and in the Sinhala.
You mentioned the school that we both went to, but didn't say St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia,
Yes,
which is what it was. I'd like to refer also to another thing you mentioned just now, and that is that out of the inspiration you have, obviously, you said that it would also project Christian values. And by that, do I understand that it is not so much the values of Christian religion, but of the spiritual ethos of Christ?
Spiritual ethos of Christ, especially this, when the Christmas Annunciation was made, the angels said, as God was introducing his coming to the world, angels said, favor rests with people, and if there are people who are working with God's favor, I call it the most powerful currency on earth, God's favor, brings peace, shalom, complete well-being to all our fields, family institution, father-son relationship, master-servant relationship. So this is our hope, and we have produced these DVDs. This is the first Apeksha DVD, this is the Puja DVD, this is the 2 Sadipta DVD, and this program has our email and phone number, address. We are willing to provide this at very nominal cost with no profit for ourselves.
Because you are doing something actually to help community and society. It's a service. Thank you for that. Now, in the future, I understand that the Sadipta program will be more than just songs or music. Am I right?
Yes, the public performance goes as presented in song and dance, but every week this program will be on, we'll be taking current and contemporary topics, what the Word of God has to say, its contemporariness, current application to all generations, especially bridging the gap between the young and the old, because every generation has its expectation, father generation as well as the son generation, and the reality falls far short. Between the expectation and the reality is the gap, and every gap, majority race has the expectation, minority race has the expectation. Reality is different. In every gap there is grief, hurt, hatred, fear, humiliation, suspicion. And we feel Christ comes with his reconciling message. If gaps are not reconciled, if rifts are not bridged and bruises not healed, they fester. Sores become incurable after a time. It becomes gangrene in the body politic. We want to prevent that and offer this word of healing.
I think we all need to be very grateful to you, Dr. Lalit Mendis, for your other-centeredness, your motive for all this, and your effort. It must be richly rewarded, because there's nothing in it for you, but there is everything in it for everyone, and a society and a community in need. Thank you very much for that, and may God bless you.
Thank you. And be with us every week. We hope to meet you in this program, bringing you current news and spiritual values, inspiration. You'll be blessed by